All right, well, we've got a good group here, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. Thank you all so much for taking the time to join us today for the vLex Fastcase overview or introduction for a lot of you. I will be guiding us on the tour today. My name is TJ Diggins. I'm the customer success representative with vLex, specifically on the alliances team. I work with borrower partners across the US to ensure that members such as yourselves receive the maximum value possible from the vLex Fastcase platform. And I offer myself as a resource to you at any time, as it's my responsibility to be your voice within our company. And I will be providing my contact information at the end of today's presentation so that you can rest assured that any feedback or comments will be addressed timely, as well as our support team's contact information as well. Now, some of you may already be familiar with the Fastcase name, but I did want to cover the vLex side of the company and how these two came together to show you what we're going to take a look at today. Now, both vLex and Fastcase are two trailblazing companies, and although they originate from different parts of the world, we share a common mission, and that is to democratize access to the law and revolutionize how attorneys engage with legal information. And vLex was created in Spain in 1998 and Fastcase here in the United States in 1999. But from the very beginning, both companies recognized that the law should be accessible to everyone and not just those with successful practices or deep pockets. And while their mission aligned, the challenge still remained for us. How could we bring that vision to life? And the answer we found was in the heart of the legal community, bar associations. And whether that's local, specialty, or state, bar associations are the unifying thread that connects attorneys across the globe. And by partnering with these associations, we found the perfect channel to reach legal professionals everywhere. And if you fast forward now 25 years later, we have over 3 million attorneys worldwide with direct access to their country's legal resources thanks to this strategic partnership. And this is where you as bar members actually come into the story. Our mission is not just about providing you access. We want to empower you by putting the law directly in your hands and providing you tools to find that law. But today we invite you to become a part of this journey, a journey that started with the shared vision to democratize the law and continues with you at its center. Now, speaking of journeys, let's take a look at our agenda here. And we will be covering how you can gain access to the benefit from your bar website. So taking a look at the member login. But once we are on the platform, we'll look at our resource center where you can go to find helpful tools, some tutorials, and just overall helpful information to familiarize yourself with the platform. Then we will be doing a deep dive into some of our search features. We have two different search features, our general search and our advanced search. So I will be covering both of those in detail so you can get a look at that. And then I'll highlight our organizational tools throughout the platform as we go along. And then we will get to a document level as well, and we'll break down the tools and content that you have available to you on the document level. Tips and tricks along the way, and then questions. So any questions that you have while we're going through the platform here, feel free to go ahead and ask those at any time. You should have a questions pane where you can enter those questions. However, I will be holding the answers to any questions until the end of the presentation. So I will leave about 5 to 10 minutes for any questions on the platform, but as I mentioned, feel free to go ahead and ask those as we are covering any of the information that you may want to ask about. So with that, let's go ahead and jump over to what should be a familiar website to you, and that is the Hawaii State Bar Association website here at hsba.org. And the first step I would recommend is just signing in. So using your member credentials to just sign into the website here would be step number one. So sign in there using your credentials. But on the homepage here, I did want to highlight and give a shout out to the Hawaii State Bar Association, as they have made it quite easy to find the research platform. So if you scroll down a little bit here, you can see some member benefits, and we'll get into that in just a little bit. But under the quick links, you've got a link to the Fastcase platform. So as of, I believe, November or December, I can't remember exactly when the transition date was for your organization, but you are now defaulting into the new platform, the vLex Fastcase platform, and that's what we're going to take a look at today. So once you're logged into the BAR website here, if you click on this link, you'll jump right over to the Fastcase platform. Now, you can also come down to member benefits and find a little bit more about some of the benefits that you have as Hawaii State Bar members. And we've got some categories here, but again, they've made it very easy here to get into the Fastcase platform, which is now vLex Fastcase. So if you click on this link, you will then be directed into the vLex Fastcase platform. If you click on categories, you can also find it under legal research here. Provides a little bit of a highlight on the legal research platform, and you can also log in again through that portal here. Now, so if it is your first time logging into the platform, this is not actually going to be the first page that you see. You will have a pop-up screen that will show, and then that's going to allow you to create a customized account. So you will need to create a specific account to you, the bar member, and you will be able to enter your name, your email address, and actually select your practice areas as well. So, and that's just so we can customize the account to you specifically. But it takes less than 1 minute to complete that, and then once you've completed it, you will land here on our homepage. So before we jump into the actual platform here, I wanted to cover our resource center. So down here on the bottom right, if it is your first time logging in or you haven't completed this checklist, you'll be met with the Get Started button. And these are just some guided tours. So these are some click-through tutorials that you can access to help familiarize yourself with the different features of the platform. And we will be covering these throughout the presentation today. So if you feel confident when you do log into the platform, you can easily hit the dismiss checklist button down here at the bottom to dismiss that checklist. Now, we do have some additional guided tours that are available to you. You can find those under the guided tours section here. And as we add additional content or features in the platform, we'll do our best to add some additional guided tours there for you, so you can refer back to this later on. And then in my opinion, one of the best ways to self-learn in the platform and to find information that is helpful is through our knowledge base portal here. So if we come down and click on knowledge base, you can search for anything in the platform. Maybe advanced search is something that you're interested in learning about. If you just type into the search bar there, advanced search, you will be able to populate an article that will help you better understand how to conduct that feature. Now, I wanted to mention that when you click on this link, it will direct you to a new tab on your browser. So I'll go ahead and show that as an example here. So as you can see, it opens up a new tab here, but we did land on the advanced search page where you can see we've got some written information with some screenshots and some clips. And even at the very bottom of this page, you can find a full video walkthrough on how to conduct that feature. So a lot of great information here in the support.vlex.com website or our knowledge base website for you to reference at any time. And even on the left-hand side, we've got a table of content. So again, just a wealth of resources here for you to explore and to learn how to work certain features in the platform. But we'll navigate back over to our platform here, and we'll continue on. Underneath the knowledge base is our training sessions. So we are offering some regular training sessions throughout the year, and similar to the one that we're looking at today, we will be doing general overview webinars. So if you want to join us again for another live training just like today's, you can register for those. We've got some dates and times that may be good for you, but we do have some different dates and times for you to register for those. But then we'll also be doing some more targeted training, so advanced searching in the platform, a little bit shorter format, but targeted to help you really get the most out of the platform and establish those efficient search techniques in vLex Fastcase. And then lastly, we are offering, this is more of an educational webinar, and it's to allow us to highlight the tools and content that may not be included with your bar specific plan, but you can upgrade to in the platform. So we would cover, for example, Vincent AI and our docket alarm content, which is briefs, pleadings, motion, and order, which you can upgrade to. So although the Hawaii State Bar offers a great plan level, there are just a few other tools that you can upgrade your account to. So if you're interested in learning about what you can upgrade to, click the register button down here under enhancing your vLex Fastcase benefit. And then underneath our training sessions there, we've got video tutorials. So video tutorials, it may be a generational thing, I'm not sure, but I learned very well by watching a video format on how to conduct certain features, and we've provided a few that will help you get started in the platform here. So I do recommend checking those out. And you can actually access all of our vLex videos on our Vimeo page down here at the very bottom. So all vLex videos, if you click there. And then underneath our video tutorials, wanted to highlight a couple of ways you can get in contact with us if you do need assistance while you're navigating the platform here. And that is going to be, you can send us an email, and the helpdesk-us@vlex.com. If you send an email to that, our support team will be able to assist you with any of your questions, and they'll do their best to get back to you efficiently. Now, one other way you can get in contact with us right here on the platform is through our chat feature. So down here at the bottom right corner, you'll notice the chat icon here. And if you click on that, you will actually open up a chat window, and it's going to ask you for just some general information. It's more of an automated sequence, so it's going to ask for your name, your email, and a little bit about the issue that you're experiencing, so that whenever our support team member logs into the chat, they will be able to efficiently answer your question and know what account that is linked with that question. So feel free to go ahead and send us an email or a chat. I will mention that our support team is available Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern. And I would have to do the math to get that in Hawaii time, but I believe that would be 4 a.m. to 5 p.m. possibly. I'll have to check my math later on, but we have a large window of time for you to be able to get in contact with us with any of your questions. But that covers the resource center here. So we will go ahead and minimize this now and move into the platform itself. So moving into the platform here, I wanted to start by highlighting a few features that are going to remain consistent throughout the platform, no matter what page you navigate to. And that is going to be the left-hand navigational menu here and our top bar. So a little bit different from Fastcase. For any of those of you who are familiar with Fastcase 7 and have used that, our search bar was kind of just right in the middle of the page and would allow you to enter those right in the center. We have moved our general search bar up to the top of the platform here, so just a little bit of a difference between this and our Fastcase platform, but it is still here on the homepage for you to begin searching. But I'm going to cover these generally here and then dive into more detail later on in our presentation. So don't feel like you're missing anything. I am going to be covering just the general information about these tabs and then go into more detail later. So starting with our homepage here, we will jump into that just in just a moment, but you can see we are highlighted currently on our homepage. Underneath that, we have our Vincent AI tool. And although the Vincent AI tool is not included in the your bar plan, it is a very powerful research tool and legal task tool. So if you have questions about Vincent AI, please feel free to ask those. You can send me an email and I can provide you with some answers for anything related to Vincent AI, but I am not going to be covering a lot of that in today's presentation since it's not included in the bar plan. Now, under Vincent AI, we have our advanced search feature here, and this is a form fill search, so a great way to get really specific with your legal researching. We'll do an example of how you can use this to your advantage in just a bit. But then we've got a browse button here, and this is a great way to just generally browse for content in the platform. And I'll go ahead and expand on this now because I do think it is quite easy to get started browsing. So if you click on browse there, you'll open up this next menu where you can then decide whether you want to start searching by your jurisdiction or jump right into the specific content library that you want to explore. For our example, let's go ahead and start by browsing by jurisdiction, and we'll go down to find Hawaii here. And as you can see, I'm just filtering down into the next category. On Hawaii here, we've got the ability to look for statutes or state cases, federal related cases, a couple of different fields. For our example, let's continue on with statutes here. And easy enough to just continue filtering down into a specific section of the browse category. Now, at a certain point, you will be met with an icon here. I wanted to get to kind of the end of the road. Here we are. So anytime you see this icon whenever you're browsing, I wanted to highlight this because that means if you click on this, you'll no longer continue to browse in this specific category. You will go to the actual document itself or a list of documents that falls under this category. So anytime you see this icon, you will then be directed to the actual page. So for an example, we'll click on this one here, and you can see it takes me straight through to the statute. But if you hit the back button there, it will take you right back to where you were browsing in your statutes or wherever you were browsing. All right, so under browse here, we've got our folders category, and this is where your organizational tools come into play. So you can access any of your favorited documents, access any of your notes that you've made on documents, and just stay efficient and organized with your legal research in the platform. Now, under folders, you have a help button here, and this is pretty similar to our resource center. If you expand on the help button there, you have the ability to provide your feedback to us in a feedback survey, and I highly recommend providing your feedback to us. That's the only way we can improve upon the product, hearing from our everyday users, so please don't hesitate to provide a feedback survey to us. But again, we've got another link to our knowledge base website here. That was the same web page that we looked at earlier through the resource center. You can access that through the help button. And then contact help desk here. I wanted to highlight this because this is not necessarily a chat feature. This works more like an email. It'll open up a window where you can enter a message and send that to our support team, and they will get to that question via email and send you a response via email. So just be aware of that if you do enter anything through the contact help desk button here. And then lastly, our phone number. So you can reach us via phone if you would like, if you need immediate assistance with anything. So feel free to give us a call at the 866 number there. Now, underneath the help button here, we have the Hawaii State Bar Association listed. And this is just to remind you that you're receiving access to this platform because of your membership with the Hawaii State Bar. And they have provided you with a great plan level, the vLex Fastcase United States Core Plan. And what this means specifically is they are providing you access to all 50 states' primary materials. So cases, statutes, regulations, constitutions for all 50 states, as well as the federal primary materials as well. So great plan level here that you can explore all of that content right in the vLex Fastcase platform. So that covers our navigational menu here on the left-hand side. Let's go ahead and move on to our top bar here. And again, no matter what page you navigate to throughout the platform, these will remain consistent, so you can navigate to any other part of the platform or run a new search. But next to the logo here, we've got our history icon. And we'll go ahead and expand the history button here. And I'll show you that you will be met with a date and timestamp of when you were searching for anything specifically. So a great way to jump right back into any of your search results or any of those specific documents you may be looking for. And you can actually, it'll track all of your history unless you turn that off. So if you want to find all something that you searched months and months ago, you'll be able to access that through View All History. And then next to our history icon here, we have our general search bar, as I've already highlighted just a little bit. But from here, you can use this to search, cases. You can use the case name here. You can use the citation. You can use normal everyday language here to search generally. But this is a great way to get started searching on a specific subject or topic. And we'll take a look at how you can start your search, but then get a little bit more specific and granular with it in just a bit. But next to the search bar there, we've got our jurisdictional tool. So an important aspect of your research is going to be making sure you're searching within the correct jurisdiction. If you expand on this, and I'll mention that it is defaulted to United States. So if it is your first time logging in, it will default to the full United States content library. But we're going to narrow that down specifically to Hawaii for this example. And all we have to do is click the checkbox next to the Hawaii jurisdiction here. But you do have the ability to add federal content or the appellate circuit that you're associated with as well. Now, one important aspect of this is if you only practice in Hawaii, you can apply and save that as your default jurisdiction. So anytime you're searching for law or documents, it'll pull from the Hawaii jurisdiction. So if you want to set that as your default jurisdiction, just hit apply and save as default. That way, anytime you run a search, it will always pull the Hawaii jurisdiction. But you can also just do one-off searches. So if you wanted to, explore other places, maybe you wanted to include California jurisdiction, you can select that and just hit apply. And then you'll notice it'll update here in the top corner to let you know you're searching California and Hawaii jurisdictions. But we'll actually just deselect California there and leave it as just Hawaii. Now, to the right of this is our search icon here. So you can click on this to run your search, but you can also use the enter button on your keyboard after you've typed some information into the general search bar to run your search as well. Then just another Vincent AI button here, same as this one on the navigational menu. And then under our account drop-down menu here, we can adjust a few settings here. So maybe English isn't your first language. You can adjust your language settings just a little bit through our language settings there, manage your account broadly, and manage your alerts. So I will show you how you can create search alerts. So anytime new content that's added to our platform that meets a specific search criteria, you can receive an email for that. And as I mentioned earlier when we were covering the history icon, you can stop history tracking. So maybe you wanted to, this is just an added level of security that we've included on the platform here. Maybe you didn't want to track any of your history for a specific searching, for a specific session. You can just click the stop history tracking for that. And then terms and conditions and privacy policy listed here as well for your review. And the ability to return to Fastcase 7. So I'll mention that although you do have the ability to return to Fastcase 7 right now, we will be sunsetting access to this platform in the future. And at this moment, we don't have a set date for when that will be. But you all are a step ahead today. You're learning the new platform. So whenever that date does come, you will feel confident navigating the vLex Fastcase platform. All right, so now that we've covered the navigational bar and our top bar here, let's go ahead and jump into the home page. So as you can see, we are highlighted on the home page, and up at the very top is our card section. So this is just a way for us to push out messages and make you aware of specific tools that you have access to with your bar plan. One of those tools specifically is our vLex for Word plugin tool. And this is a great tool to utilize, especially if you're using Word to draft legal documents. I would highly recommend downloading the vLex for Word plugin, because what this allows you to do is actually link straight through to the vLex platform here from your Word document. So if you cite to any cases, the vLex plugin will scan your Word document and pick up on any of those cases that it can find here in the vLex Fastcase platform, and allow you to seamlessly check those sources and research more about those sources that you're citing to. Or if someone else has sent you a document that references citations that you may not be familiar with, a great way to quickly start researching that case so you can familiarize yourself with it. Now, one additional thing that the vLex for Word plugin tool provides you is if a case has any sort of negative treatment to it, that will actually notify you. So if you're citing to a case that's no longer considered good law, our Cert Citator tool will let you know via the Word plugin. So again, just a great tool to make sure you're using good law and understanding what you're citing to. Now, underneath our card section here, this is a personalization aspect of the platform. We wanted to provide some targeted content to you that may be interesting to you. And this is totally customizable. But as you'll notice here, underneath some of these articles, we've got these hashtags, or what we refer to them as smart topics. And right now, I believe we've only got Hawaii selected as our smart topic for the account here, but I'll show you how you can add additional smart topics to your vLex account. So if you go to edit your vLex here, you'll open up the smart topics categories, and you can add additional smart topics. So if you want to keep up to date on anything happening outside of the Hawaii jurisdiction, such as federal information, or maybe you're interested in California jurisdiction, you can select that as well. But it also will allow you to add practice area specific content as well. So maybe you're involved in patent law, you can add that, or maybe it's labor law. You can easily use the sliders there to just add to your smart topics categories, so you can start receiving content based off of those smart topics. Now, one thing I wanted to point out here is the ability to receive weekly or daily digest emails with that news summary. So you may already be receiving emails from us through this feature. So if you're receiving emails from us and you're not sure why, you may want to check your preferences here under the smart topics category. So you can change this to yes, you do want to receive those weekly, or yes, you want to receive those daily, or no, you don't want to receive those at all. So, but if you do make any changes here, just make sure you hit the update preferences button down here at the bottom, so that will save your preferences. All right, so let's go back to the home page now, and I think it's a good time to go ahead and start jumping into searching on the platform. So we'll begin with a general search using our general search bar here. And I'm going to begin with typing just some broad information. As you can see, when I'm typing the information here in our general search bar, we will provide some suggested searches for you. So if you see what you may be looking for populate here, you can click on these, and that'll take you to our search results page. So anything under the suggested searches will take you to our search results page, but anything under documents will take you straight through to the document level. However, I don't see what I'm looking for, so I'm going to continue typing here. And we're just going to keep this really broad, statute of limitations under the Hawaii jurisdiction here, and run this search to see what we can populate. All right, so right away, I wanted to highlight the number of results that we have here up at the top. A little bit over, close to 6,000 results that we've populated. And that's a little bit more material than I want to go through to have to find what I'm looking for. So let's go ahead and start breaking down the ways you can narrow your search and get a little bit more granular with your research here in the platform. So underneath, over on the left-hand side here, we have provided you the ability to search within the results that you've already populated. So in our list of 5,900 documents here, what we can do is start to add additional terms to our search to start to refine that and make sure those terms are also included in the document that we're looking for. So for example, we could maybe add the word tort here. You just hit enter, and that will add that to your search criteria. And as you can see, we've gone from 5,000 down to 600 results. And I also wanted to mention that you can actually add Boolean operators here as well. So if you're familiar with Boolean operators, you can add, for example, maybe you don't want to receive anything having to do with torts. You can use the word not and then the word tort, which will exclude that information from populating in your search results here. So just a helpful way to start to narrow your content a little bit more. So some additional ways you can narrow your content over here on the left-hand side in our search results page is by selecting the specific content you're looking for. Maybe you're looking for cases specifically. You can click just cases here. You see we go down to 542, or maybe it's just statutes you're looking for, or secondary materials. Just a great way to explore the different content libraries that you have access to and narrow your results. So continuing on, down at the bottom, or closer to the bottom, we have the ability to adjust our jurisdiction. So if you didn't select the correct jurisdiction, or you just wanted to change the jurisdiction for any reason, you can always do that over on the left-hand side here. Click the select more jurisdictions, and then you'll be able to select other jurisdictions to refine your search. Underneath this, we have the ability to select a court. So since we are highlighted on cases currently, it's asking us, do you have a specific court you want to search for cases in? So if we click into here, you'll see it will provide us with a few suggested courts. Maybe we want to only search for Hawaii Court of Appeals cases. We can select the court there, and that will automatically update our search results in the search results page. And even in addition to that, we can also add cited authorities here. So maybe we only want to rely on specific cited authorities for our research. You can add those here to pull from that information. And then lastly, down here at the bottom, we've got a date range slider. And you can also choose to just enter an exact date here, or a range of dates if you'd wish. But we can also just use the sliders here to enter or find a specific category of information in this date range. However, I did want to mention that you should be careful whenever you're sliding this, because it will, as soon as you let go of your mouse, it will automatically update your search results. So just be aware of that whenever you're using the slider there. All right, so we began our search here using our general search bar up at the top. You'll notice we've now got a cases indicator here, and any cases since June of 1978, and our actual content that we're searching for from within those documents. Now, let's say we wanted to take this search that we've already started working on and move that to the advanced search page to continue to refine our search. What we can do here is click on the more search options in advanced search at the very bottom of the left-hand side of the page. And that will allow you to take the search criteria you've already started on and move it over to the advanced search page so that you don't have to start fresh from a new search in the advanced search page just by clicking here. So let's go ahead and click down at the bottom, more search options in advanced search. and that will take us to the advanced search page here. So you can see now we're highlighted on the advanced search, and up at the top we've got the ability again to select our jurisdiction, an important aspect of your research. You always want to make sure you're searching the correct place, followed by our content library here. So you can choose between any of the different content libraries we have. As I briefly mentioned earlier, you can upgrade your account to include access to briefs, pleadings, motions, and orders and opinions content. If you wish to do that, then you'd be able to search for those content libraries as well. However, you can just search for general content, primary content here in the platform also. And before we break down the word section here, I wanted to highlight that we are on cases currently for our content library. And if we scroll down to the bottom of the page here, we have the ability to enter a case name. You can again search for a specific court you may want to pull information from, and as well as a couple of other key areas that you can enter information in to pull and refine your search. Now, this is not required, so don't feel like you have to enter any information in this bottom section here. This is just offered as a place for you to enter additional key criteria to help refine your search. And I'll mention that this changes depending on what content library you have selected. So since we had cases selected, we were seeing case name and court, but if we go to statutes, you'll notice that that adjusts to source and title rather than cases and court. Now, continuing on here, we will leave it on cases and we'll use our example. We're going to take our example from the bottom there up to the top section. So all the words, and now I'm going to break down these different categories here to highlight what different ways you can use the advanced search page. So all the words category is going to be an and search. So if you're familiar with and searches, that will just make sure any of the words that are listed in this category will also be populated in any relevant results that are shown to you in the search results page. So statute and limitations, if both of those words are included in the document, that will populate in the relevant results that are returned. Now, say we wanted to get even more specific than that, we can take our statute of limitations here and put it in the next category down, which is the exact phrase category. And what this does is limit the results that are returned to only those that are including the phrase statute of limitations. So if you're entering any information in here, just be careful of your spelling, make sure everything looks accurate there before running your search, because that will influence the exact phrase. Now for this next example, I'm going to leave our exact phrase search here in the statute of limitations section, but we'll then go into the words in proximity. So maybe you want to find some term or information that is nearby that exact phrase, statute of limitations, but you're not sure how it's actually phrased out specifically. What you can do here is add additional terms in this category. So for example, maybe we can add the word accrues. We want to find that somewhere nearby the statute of limitations phrase. This will allow us to search up to 20 terms, either before or after the words, the statute of limitations phrase there. So a great way to expand your search and get a little bit more specific on what you want to find. And you can actually limit this as well. So we provide you the ability to search up to 20 terms, but maybe you wanted to limit that to less than 20 terms. You can do so by hitting the / button on your keyboard and then selecting a number 1 through 20. So maybe we only wanted to find this word within 5 words of the statute of limitations phrase. We can use the / button and the number 5 there to help us narrow that down even further. And then in the next section here, we've got any word search. So this is an or search. So if you're familiar with or searches, that could maybe synonyms of words that you're not sure how exactly that's indicated in a document, you can use this to add those terms here, such as maybe gun and firearm. If you're not sure which one of those terms are used, that will allow you to search for one or the other and make sure those still return in results. Now, in the next category down, none of the words, this is an exclusionary search. So maybe you wanted to limit terms from populating in your search, as I did earlier with the not torts. You could use that here. So you could just enter the word tort there, and that is going to omit any of the results that have also included the word tort in them that has the exact phrase statute of limitations. Now, the bottom section here, advanced operators, this will show you exactly how it is searched within the platform if you wanted to run an advanced operator. So it's better to just show you what those are by hovering your mouse over the question mark. So we've provided a little cheat sheet here for you to show you what advanced operators you can utilize, and these can be used in the general search bar. So up here at the top, if you wanted to use these whenever you're searching for content, feel free to use those there to help you find specific content without jumping into the advanced search page that we're looking at. And if I did not do a good enough job explaining these different fields here, you can hover your mouse over the question mark at any point to find a little bit more information about what you can do with these search categories. But that covers the advanced search page. And before we jump back into the search results page, I wanted to highlight one additional feature on on this advanced search page that you can utilize, and that is the ability to save an alert for a search that you've created here. So apologies you can't see it, but down here at the bottom, this button says save as an alert. And if you click on this, it will turn green and let you know, okay, that alert has been saved. And if you recall, we can find our alerts that we have created under the Manage Your Alerts button here. So let's take a quick look at this. So now that we're on the search alerts page, you can see we've got our exact phrase indicated by the quotation marks here as the description, followed by what jurisdiction we had selected, the content library, when that was created, and it also shows you a couple of other fields that you can customize to your specific preferences. And again, this will allow you to receive email updates for any time new content that fits within your search criteria is added to our platform, so you can stay up to date on anything happening with your specific interests. And to edit this, all you have to do is click the pen and paper here, and that'll allow you to adjust your frequency you want those to send. You can pause them, and you can even include the historical results as well. So that'll allow you to pull any of the previous information that is populated here, and along with any of the new content that's added. And to delete these, if you don't want to receive those anymore, all you have to do is hit the recycle button here next to the edit button, and that will allow you to delete this out of your search alerts. Now, you don't need to be on the advanced search page to create an alert. You can come right into the search alerts page to create that alert as well by hitting the new alert button. All right, so let's go back to our advanced search page now, and we will enter our exact phrase, statute of limitations. We're going to look for cases. We've got Hawaii selected, and let's go ahead and run this search and see what we can get. So not too bad, 892 results, still a little bit more than I would like to have populated, but you can easily, as I mentioned, just refine your search by adding additional terms and using Boolean operators here in this search and results page or bar as well. Now up here at the top next to the total results that have returned, you have a couple of tools that are available to you. You can visualize the top 50 results that I've populated here in a graph setting, but then you can also add these to a folder as well. So to add information to a folder, you can select specific documents here and then hit add to folder. And it'll ask you, if you don't have any folders created, it'll ask you to go ahead and create a new folder. And that'll take those 3 results that we've selected there and add that to the folder that we just created. And then again, you have the ability to create an alert right here from the search results page, similarly to how we did from the advanced search page, and the ability to download these documents as well. So you can download the full documents or a search listing as well. So that'll provide you with a list of those cases rather than the full documents. And this may be helpful if you're working with a research partner. You can send them a list of cases or documents and say, hey, this is a good place to get started with our research for this category. Now, jumping into the search results that are returned here, you can sort this content. So you can sort by relevance. That's going to default that. But you also have the ability to sort by the most recent content, the oldest content, and the most cited content as well. And I'll scroll down here. I'm going to use this as an example because this is what I was referring to earlier as our search citator tool. So next to the case name, we've got a negative treatment type here indicated by our red circle, letting us know that this case has actually been overruled. And if we expand on this, we can see exactly where this case was overruled. And we can explore that a little bit further and even find the cited information. So how many cases have actually cited to this case here and the last time that that was cited to. Let's go ahead and take a look at this case. We'll jump into this case here. So we can start breaking down the document level. And I know we're getting a little short on time, so I'm going to try and move through this pretty quickly. But the ability to search in this document. So if we wanted to find, if we've got a really big document, this one's actually fairly large. So this may be a good example. You can search for specific terms you want to find throughout this document in the search in this document bar. And that will provide a list of those terms here and allow you, to see the paragraph that it's associated in, and then jump right to that passage by clicking the Go to Passage icon. Now, underneath the search bar there, we've got a table of contents here. You can jump through to navigate to different sections of this case. Maybe you're only looking for the background on this or maybe the opinion. You can easily jump right to those different sections using the table of contents. Now, up at the top here in the middle of the page, we've got all the important information, your decision date, the citation that you can click and copy to your clipboard, the court that this was heard in, the docket number, and even the party information. Underneath this, we have our case analysis section. So here you can, and this is actually an example of how we're harnessing the powers of our Vincent AI tool and including that in your member benefits. So everyone will have access to the case analysis section here. And this is a great way to quickly reference whether you may want to use a specific case or document for your specific matter. It'll provide you a little bit about the legal issue, the head note, the key paragraphs, and the key phrases. Now you can, for the key paragraphs throughout the document, you can choose whether you want to turn those on and off using the checkbox here. And you'll notice over on the right-hand side of my screen, these will be marked with different colored shaded blues. And the darker the color, the more often that has been cited. So if we click on this as an example, that'll take you down to one of the sections that has been cited quite often. And you'll notice that this is actually clickable. So if we click on this, it will populate a list of subsequent quotations that reference this material in our paragraph here or in our passage. So a great way to expand your research and find additional cases that are citing to the specific passage that you may find interesting. Now we'll go back up to the top here. I wanted to highlight a few more tools. You can save this document as a favorite here. So you can click Save as Favorite, and that'll add that to your favorites folder here under Folders. You can add that to a folder that you have created. So if you already have a folder, you can actually even create a subfolder here as well. So maybe we wanted to add a new folder underneath our demo here. We can do that. The ability to print, so you can print the document. You can actually include your highlights and notes, and I actually skipped that. So let's take a look at how you can do that real quick here. If you left click and drag your mouse over a specific section of the text and let go of your click, you'll open up a tool here that will allow you to make a highlight or make a note and even copy with the citation. So let's do a note here. And here we go. So underneath our table of contents, we have a list of all the notes and highlights that we have created under this document. So great tool here to stay organized and efficient with your research. And you'll actually have a list of those, any documents that have notes on them in your folders category as well. But back up to the top here, you can also share this document. So you can share a link to this page, and this is a public facing link. So, you know, if you want to send your client a link to a page, you can link to the page there. And then the ability to download that as well. So you can download the PDF, and we've actually identified recently that the Word, you should have the ability to download to Word, but that has been removed temporarily. But our team is working to add that back to the platform. But for the time being, you can download to PDF. Now, quickly here, we've got some categories right in the middle. The cited authorities, you can pull all the different authorities that have been cited in this case specifically, and we break that down by legislation and case law. So you can explore other cases that are cited within this document. But then we also have the cited in information, which will take the case that we're looking at and provide you with all of those other cases that have cited to this case. And our precedent map here, this will take these two categories and provide you with a visual map, as you can see, and I'll break this down for you. The middle circle here, the blue circle, this is the 83 Hawaii 28 Dunlea versus Dappen, and I apologize, I probably mispronounced those names, but the middle circle, that is our case that we're on currently. So anything on the inside of that is going to be our cited authorities. And if you click on any of these cases, you can see exactly how they're interacting with each other and how they're citing to one another. And that was anything on the inside, which is our cited authorities. Anything on the outside of the circle are going to be our cited in information. So all of those cases that are citing to the case that we're on. You'll actually even notice some negative treatment type information here as well for you to reference. All right, so let's go back to the home page here and look at our folders quickly before we get back to the slideshow and questions. So starting with favorites, you do have the ability to access any of your favorites. So if you cite to a case or a document quite often, I would recommend saving that as a favorite so you can easily jump right into that here. But again, as I mentioned, you have the ability to access any of those documents that you've made marks on. And then your folder that you've created. So those three cases that we added to our folders here earlier, you can create a subfolder, rename your folder, and delete those as well. Maybe we wanted to delete this case out of here. All you have to do is use the checkbox next to that case and then hit the delete button. Now, maybe we didn't mean to delete that. We want to recycle that back into that folder. What you can do is come into the trash folder or trash bin and select that, and then just hit the recycle button, and that will take it and put it right back into our demo folder. All right, so that covers the vLex Fastcase platform introduction here, and I'm going to jump into our back into our slideshow and open up our questions. So the support team, our support team is available Monday through Friday 4 a.m. to 5 p.m. Hawaii time, I believe. And you can also reach them via phone and email here, helpdesk-us@vlex.com. And here's my personal information. I want to be a resource to you. If you have feedback, if you have questions about the platform, feel free to reach out to me. I'm happy to provide you with an answer if I have it, or connect you with the best person on my team who may be able to assist you with your question. And then our sales information here. This is just if you wanted to explore upgrading your account, feel free to reach out to them and get a demo set up. You can look into Vincent AI and our other content that you can upgrade your account with. But now let's go ahead and open up the questions pane here just for the last few minutes. Someone asked, is vLex available 24/7? Yes, it sure is. So anytime that you are looking to conduct your research, you can access this at any time through the Hawaii State Bar webpage. And then someone asked, do we have reference attorneys to help research with research inquiries? Although we don't have reference attorneys on staff, we do have a support team who is very well adept at conducting research strings to help you find the specific content you may be looking for in the platform. So feel free to reach out to them at the help desk email or send us a chat to help you find whatever it is you may be looking for. And then someone asked, what is the cost for Vincent AI? And that is it's actually discounted for Hawaii State Bar members. So our current price for the Vincent tool is $360 a month. And you can explore that. If you want to start a trial period, you can do so. We have a 3-day trial. I'll show you actually quickly here. If you click on Vincent AI, you will be able to just go ahead and start your 3-day trial. You don't have to enter a credit card or anything like that. So I definitely recommend checking it out. It will save you a lot of time and a lot of headaches whenever you're, with those tedious legal tasks that you're reviewing documents or comparing documents, whatever it may be. Vincent AI is a great tool. So definitely check that out and explore that with your 3-day free trial. Someone asked, how do you remove your notes whenever you've made your notes? You can actually do that from the document itself. So again, let's go back here quickly. So there is a faint X mark, excuse me, next to the note that you've created, and if you just click that, it'll remove it from your document here, so you can clear those. Someone asked if they could customize the news feed there. Yes, you can customize the news feed. As I mentioned, that will update depending on which smart topics you have selected. So if you click into edit your vLex, you can search for those different practice areas or jurisdictions to stay updated on anything that we've added to the platform under those smart topics. It'll be a personalized newsfeed here, and you'll see the smart topics hashtags here. We've got some employment law since we added those, and the federal there. But that is the extent of time that we have for today. If I did not get to your question, feel free to go ahead and shoot me an email or reach out to our support team. I'm happy to answer those whenever I can get to them. But I also wanted to just take one more moment to thank everyone at the Hawaii State Bar for helping us organize today's presentation. We look forward to continuing to strengthen our relationship with the Hawaii State Bar and provide access to the law for its members going forward, and tools to do so as well. So thank you everyone for joining us today. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Please don't hesitate to reach out to us, and everyone stay safe and take care.